OpenAI could shake up its nonprofit structure next year. Comment. It's looking increasingly likely that OpenAI will soon alter its complex corporate structure. Reports earlier this week suggested that the AI company was in talks to raise $6.5 billion at a $150 billion pre-money valuation. Now Reuters says the deal is contingent on whether OpenAI can restructure and remove a profit cap for investors. In fact, according to Fortune, co-founder and CEO Sam Altman told employees at a company-wide meeting that OpenAI's structure is likely to change next year, bringing it closer to a traditional for-profit business. OpenAI is currently structured so that its for-profit arm is controlled by a nonprofit, which seems to frustrate investors. We remain focused on building AI that benefits everyone, and as I've previously shared, we're working with our board to ensure that we're best positioned to succeed in our mission, OpenAI said in a statement. The nonprofit is core to our mission and will continue to exist. More TechCrunch. Get the industry's biggest tech news. TechCrunch Daily News. Every weekday and Sunday, you can get the best of TechCrunch's coverage. Startups Weekly. Startups are the core of TechCrunch, so get our best coverage delivered weekly. TechCrunch FinTech. The latest fintech news and analysis, delivered every Tuesday. TechCrunch Mobility. TechCrunch Mobility is your destination for transportation news and insight. By submitting your email, you agree to our terms and privacy notice. Tags. The LinkedIn games are fun, actually. I have a guilty pleasure, and it's not that I just rewatched Glee in its entirety, yes, even the awful later seasons, or that I have read an ungodly amount. OpenAI could shake up its nonprofit structure next year. It's looking increasingly likely that OpenAI will soon alter its complex corporate structure. Reports earlier this week suggested that the AI company was in talks to raise $6.5 billion at every Fusion startup that has raised over $300 million. Fusion startups have raised $7.1 billion to date, with the majority of it going to a handful of companies. Hot ones could add some heat to Netflix's live lineup. Netflix has never quite cracked the talk show formula, but maybe it can borrow an existing hit from YouTube. According to Bloomberg, the streamer is in talks with BuzzFeed too. Why ORNG's founder pivoted from college food ordering to real-time money transfer. Alex Parmalee has been thinking about building his latest company, ORNG, since he was working on his last company, Food. Launched in 2018, Food was a payments app that let Sam Bankman-Fried appeals conviction, criticizes judges' unbalanced decisions. Lawyers representing Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX CEO and co-founder who was convicted of fraud and money laundering late last year, are seeking a new trial. Following crypto exchange FTX's collapse, OpenAI previews its new Strawberry model. OpenAI this week unveiled a preview of OpenAI o1, also known as Strawberry. The company claims that o1 can more effectively reason through math and science, as well as fact-check. DeepWell DTX receives FDA clearance for its therapeutic video game developer tools. There's something oddly refreshing about starting the day by solving the Wordle. According to DeepWell DTX, Teresa's scientific explanation for why our brains might feel just a bit better. These two friends built a simple tool to transfer playlists between Apple Music and Spotify, and it works great. Soundiaz is a free third-party tool that builds portability tools through existing APIs and acts as a translator between the services. This is how bad China's startup scene looks now. In early 2018, VC Mike Moritz wrote in the FT that Silicon Valley would be wise to follow China's lead, noting the pace of work at tech companies was furious. Fei-Fei Li's World Labs comes out of stealth with $230 million in funding. Fei-Fei Li, the Stanford professor many deem the godmother of AI, has raised $230 million for her new startup, World Labs, from backers including Andreessen Horowitz, NEA, and Radical Ventures. Fintech Bolt is buying out the investor suing over Ryan Breslow's $30 million loan. Bolt says it has settled its long-standing lawsuit with its investor Activant Capital. One-click payments startup Bolt is settling the suit by buying out the investor stake, after which Activant, Dave and Varo Bank execs are coming to TechCrunch Disrupt 2024. The rise of neobanks has been fascinating to witness, as a number of companies in recent years have grown from merely challenging traditional banks to being massive players in and. First impressions of OpenAI o1, an AI designed to overthink it. OpenAI released its new o1 models on Thursday, giving ChatGPT users their first chance to try AI models that pause to think before they answer. There's been a lot of featured article. Investors rebel as Too Simple pivots from self-driving trucks to AI gaming. Too Simple, once a buzzy startup considered a leader in self-driving trucks, is trying to move its assets to China to fund a new AI-generated animation and video game business. The pivot has not only puzzled and enraged several shareholders, but also threatens to pull the company back into illegal shrinking teams, warped views, and risk aversion in this week's startup news. Welcome to Startups Weekly, your weekly recap of everything you can't miss from the world of startups. Want it in your inbox every Friday? Sign up here. This week, Y Combinator expanding to 4 cohorts a year in 2025. Silicon Valley startup accelerator Y Combinator will expand the number of cohorts it runs each year from 2 to 4 starting in 2025, Bloomberg reported Thursday, and TechCrunch confirmed today. Telegram CEO Jervis arrest hasn't dampened enthusiasm for its Ton blockchain. Telegram has had a tough few weeks. The messaging app's founder, Pavel Durov, was arrested in late August and later released on a $5 million bail in France, charged with a fireside chat with Andreessen Horowitz partner Martin Casado at TechCrunch Disrupt 2024. Martin Casado, a general partner at Andreessen Horowitz, will tackle one of the most pressing issues facing today's tech world: AI regulation, only at TechCrunch Disrupt 2024, taking Vanta's Christina Cacioppo takes the stage at TechCrunch Disrupt 2024. Christina Cacioppo, CEO and co-founder of Vanta, will be on the SaaS stage at TechCrunch Disrupt 2024 to reveal how Vanta is redefining security and compliance automation and driving innovation. Fortinet confirms customer data breach. On Thursday, cybersecurity giant Fortinet disclosed a breach involving customer data. In a statement posted online, Fortinet said an individual intruder accessed a limited number of files stored on a. Meta reignites plans to train AI using UK users' public Facebook and Instagram posts. Meta has confirmed that it's restarting efforts to train its AI systems using public Facebook and Instagram posts from its UK user base. The company claims it has incorporated regulatory feedback into a. Spotify begins piloting parent-managed accounts for kids on family plans. Following the moves of other tech giants, Spotify announced on Friday it's introducing in-app parental controls in the form of managed accounts for listeners under the age of 13. The Waymo robotaxi is to become available on Uber in Austin, Atlanta in early 2025. Uber users in Austin and Atlanta will be able to hail Waymo robotaxis through the app in early 2025 as part of a partnership between the two companies. How about raises $8 million from Goodwater to build a calendar that you can share with your friends? There are plenty of calendar and scheduling apps that take care of your professional life and help you slot in meetings with your teammates and work collaborators. How about is all? SoftBank-backed delivery contests metrics in rival Ecom Express IPO filing. Delivery claims Ecom Express has inaccurately represented Delivery's business metrics when drawing comparisons in its IPO filing. Alternative app stores will be allowed on Apple iPad and the EU from September 16. It was a matter of time, but Apple is going to allow third-party app stores on the iPad starting next week, on September 16. This change will occur with the Three and Vodafone's $19 billion merger hits the skids as UK rules the deal would adversely impact customers and MVNOs. The UK's antitrust regulator has delivered its provisional ruling in a long-standing battle to combine two of the country's major telecommunication operators. The Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, says that Oprah just had an AI special with Sam Altman and Bill Gates. Here are the highlights. Late Thursday evening, Oprah Winfrey aired a special on AI, appropriately titled AI and the Future of Us. Guests included OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, tech influencer Marques Brownlee, and current XP Health grabs $33 million to bring employees more affordable vision care. Antonio Moraes, the grandson of a late prominent Brazilian billionaire, was never interested in joining the family-owned conglomerate of construction companies and a bank. Shortly after graduating from college, he